Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, or at whatever time you are watching this video. In today's video, I am going to discuss about something very interesting these days, which is happening is communication is becoming very tiring game these days. Why did I make this statement? Is simply because in today's era, when communication is so accessible, like we can speak to anyone at any time that we want to, but it is slowly making us drift away from each other. Now, why is it happening, and what are the behaviors that are responsible for all of us to feel like communication is very tiring, and why do we avoid communication most of the times? So I will speak it from my own perspective, like what I have experienced in my own relationships. So when we speak of communication all the time, you don't have to be after someone who has misunderstood you. You can, of course, give them some time to cool off and yourself as well to clear your perception. But the thing here is that most of the times the other person may not ever be able to be ready to communicate with you. So in these cases, communication becomes very tiring. So I will be discussing about certain pointers, or I can say certain feelings that I have experienced in my own personal life or professional life, where I felt like communication has become so tiring these days that it is difficult to carry on the relationships that we have built over the period of time. With some people, of course, it is very natural, it goes very smoothly. But on the other hand, where one party does not understand the importance and the other person has to carry the load, it becomes very difficult. So, let us start with number one. Number one reason for communication to become so tiring these days is that when your energy is not reciprocated. Yes, and I mean it. If your energy is not reciprocated properly, then of course it becomes so tiring to constantly catch up or constantly communicate with the other person that you want to send your message across to. Now, the thing here is what to do in such cases when the energy is not reciprocated. So the number one would be again to reconcile or to understand where the conflict is coming from. But then, in case if it is not being cleared up even after multiple follow-ups, then sadly we have to give that connection some time to figure out things. And even if after some time, if the things are not being figured out, then eventually the connection will dry off, and then there is no, what can I say, there is no way or there is no method until and unless both the parties or one of them at least tries to communicate and get back together in the same form, right? But then until and unless the behaviors due to which the relationship drifted apart or the communication drifted apart is figured out or is understood, it will keep on repeating itself. Like the pattern will keep on repeating itself until and unless it is solved. That's why you will see and notice that a lot of times people who just solve things out superficially, they may get back to the number one point where they build a lot of resentment towards each other because things were not said out clearly, because things were not communicated properly. So that is the reason why it happens. So if there is no reciprocation in the relationship or any type of relationship, it could be professional, it could be personal. I speak neutral. Okay, so when I say relationships, it can be any type of relationships. The energy in the relationship is not being reciprocated is simply because it could be due to any XYZ reason. The other person may not be aware of their behavioral patterns, and if you make them aware of their behavioral patterns or their lack of communication, and still they are unable to figure out where the problem is, then I think it is better to let go of that person. Yes, that is number one. Now let us talk about the number two. It is connecting with the number one point, which is when your energies are not reciprocated or when your efforts are not being reciprocated by the other person, then of course that means your feelings are being invalidated. And when our feelings are invalidated, we are triggered. Most of the times it happens with a lot of people. If your feelings are not being considered in a relationship, even after explaining multiple times that this is the problem, this is where I am struggling, this is where I need help, then I think it eventually becomes so tiring again to continue with that relationship that it becomes almost impossible to carry on the load, right? So not one person cannot carry the load of this entire thing. Both the people have to be involved equally, or at least not equally, so the proportion can go high towards some person sometime and another person some other time. So this is how it is supposed to happen. But in case if even after multiple reminders, multiple discussions, multiple sorting out sessions, it is not happening, then again, the thing here is to let go of the person. Now, we'll definitely talk about the longer relationships in the long run, where the relationship is of a spouse, like where you are actually married to a person. I do not have any experience in that domain right now, so I may not be the right person to guide you on that particular thing. But then again, like I can share my own experience. So if I will have a husband, I want the husband and myself, of course, to reconcile even before we go to bed. Okay, we should not go to bed angry. So we must be able to resolve the problem before we go to bed. And if we are not solving it, then there will be a problem from my side at least. So the thing here is that you decide what do you want to do with that connection that is invalidating your feelings even after multiple reminders and making the communication very tiring. So the number three point or the number three reason could be that when the other person themselves they do not understand what they actually want out of that situation. So multiple times the confusion is being created because either of the parties is confused about what is going to come out of that particular discussion. Do you know when the meetings happen in corporate and the agenda is only clear on paper, and when people are discussing and when they are trying to build a strategy, but then nothing is coming out of it. At the end, when you will leave the meeting room, still things are not sorted. It's simply because nobody knows what do they want to do with that particular discussion. So once again, like meetings are going to be failed. Such type of discussions are a failure. There is nothing coming out of it because nobody has done their inner work, which is required. That clarity is not there. If there is no clarity, or there could be multiple reasons that I will not get into it because we are limited to communication right now. So a lot of people may not share what they are feeling because there is no psychological safety over there. And then again, because people do not know what do they want, it again becomes very tiring process. So if you are someone who has no idea what do you want from life, I will request you to sit down and just figure out what do you want. So it can be a little difficult for people or for beginners who have never done the inner work before, but then it will be very fruitful in the end. If you start your journey at least once, it will become very very important, or I can say very fulfilling in itself. Now we will discuss about the point number four. So while growing up, like in my own home and in my surroundings, in my school, I have seen a lot of chaos or very confusing environment, simply because a lot of people they had no idea about how to regulate their own emotions and the other person's emotions as well who is involved in the discussion. So I have a story to tell you about my school days, but then the thing here is it will go or it will stretch out a lot. So I will only share some snippets of it. Like when we were discussing something with friends, with classmates, teacher is angry with you, and due to any XYZ reason, there could be anything, right? So, them being an adult, they have no idea about how to handle a kid's emotions, how to handle their suffering due to any XYZ reason. Okay. So, and even when we were younger, if we had problems in our lives, and somehow if you were close enough with your parents to share your sufferings, they may not have an idea about how to handle the emotions. Because the thing here is key, it passes on from their ancestors to them and from them to you. So the energies are being transmitted to each and every generation until one generation tries to get up and tries to understand how do we try to handle these energies. And if you have no idea how to handle these energies, then there is a possibility, or there is a possibility that there will be chaos in families and in relationships that you are going to have with the family that you are going to create. Okay. So now, once we understand where the problem is, how do we regulate other person's emotions, or at least if you try to regulate their emotions, then you will figure out, okay, it has become a little easier. But then a lot of people they do not have this type of understanding or this type of willingness to work, to put in the work which is required to build the relationships. That is the reason why a lot of parents, or I can say kids, they do not have a good relationship with each other, because kids are kids and parents don't understand how to regulate their emotions, their own emotions as well as the child's emotions. So that's why in Indian family especially, because we are rarely taught to communicate our feelings, we have to learn it like ourselves and then tell it to our parents, or again a lot of work is required, hence making communication again very tiring process. Now I will proceed to our last point, which is, I think whosoever is putting an effort in the communication will feel like, okay, I am the one who is trying to solve the problem, not the other person. So if you are someone who is trying to solve the problem, not the other person, again it becomes very challenging and frustrating to communicate with that person. Why? Because see, you have a problem solving approach and the other person is too focused on the problem, like where the problem is. Why don't you understand the reason behind, where did it come from? What are the root causes of this problem? How can we solve it? So if one party does not have this problem solving approach and the other party has a problem solving approach by focusing on the solutions, then of course communication will be very tiring with the other person, because they are not ready to understand where the problem is, how the problem is formed, and how it can be solved during a discussion. So again it becomes very tiring and complex, and that is the reason why a lot of relationships these days are failing. Not only communication is the reason, and the reason is inner work. People are not ready to do the inner work. Being in a relationship or single, like whatever you want to do, I'm talking about the romantic relationships over here. So they don't work because one person is ready to do all the inner work which is required, and the other person does not have even an idea about what is inner work, and they are not even ready to do the inner work. So of course it will fail and it will not work out. So these were the reasons that I could come up with, or lately I have been thinking about why communication has become so tiring in today's world, and why it is so complex, because one party or the another is not ready to work on themselves and discuss it mutually. Let me know in the comment section, like, what else do you think is the reason for the communication to break off, or has it ever happened to you? Do you feel communication is tiring or not? What are your thoughts about this video? And if you've watched this video till now, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more such for stay tuned for more such videos in future, and I'll see you in next video. Thank you so much.